And now it's time for comment creeping. Creep, 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 creep.
Man, this guy
ain't even missed 2 episodes. He back on the damn show.
I'm still executive producer. I will never leave y'all. I love y'all.
He is back, and he is a topic. Okay, we're going to talk about this. So, comment creeping. This is where I highlight what celebrities, people of influence are saying to each other on social media. Sometimes they're taking shots. Most of the time, they're taking shots. Okay, so Diddy, Mr. Love, Puff Daddy, whatever you want to call him, bad boy, take that, all that, right? Diddy hits the gram and he says, attention to all, the black vote will not be free this year. If you don't know, he actually went on Naomi Campbell's Live. She has a show. I believe it's like Keeping It Real with Naomi or Real Talk. It's something along those lines. But nonetheless, he kept it real and he shared his theory that the black vote should no longer be free. We should hold these politicians and these candidates accountable. We should make them do what they say they're going to do if they want our vote. Well, our sensei Kenny Burns goes to the comment section of the post and he says, Puff, this statement is very irresponsible at this point. The only option is to get Trump out of office. Come on, champ. Encouraging people to stand by is not an option. Hashtag vote or die, which if y'all remember, Diddy made that hashtag pretty popular at one point. Now, the problem is, though, the comment that Kenny Burns left was deleted. Thank God for technology and screenshots because your ass screenshotted the comment before it was just gone, before it vanished. What made you screenshot that comment to begin with?
No, I was actually sent the screenshot of the comments. Like several people have sent the screenshot saying that your message isn't there anymore. And I was baffled. I was like, what do you mean? Like, I'm literally saying that what you said was irresponsible. The thing would have been to reply with the agenda. Everyone knows that there's a black agenda that has to be addressed. There's not one thoughtful human on the planet that doesn't know that. The problem I had with the video are 2 things in specific. He made a comment that this was business. We all know that Donald Trump ran his entire campaign on business. This is not just business 6 months before the election. What he fails to realize every time in his superhero moment, in his fearless black leader moment, is that this is not about you. You are not personally holding our vote as a community. That's not a responsible way to share information. And so I was going to say what I said in the comment and let other people have the conversation, right? Because that's what I am. I am a thoughtful, responsible thought leader in our community. It was not about me. It was about the people that follow him that are just not educated in politics, right? Now, let's fast forward to who the politicians are. When you look at and I'm talking about that speak on our behalf, Charlamagne the God's on the front line, Angela Rye, Sean King, Killer Mike, they all agree with Puff. But they don't agree with Puff in the sense, because I had a 50-minute conversation with Charlamagne last night. It's not that they agree with everything he said per se, other than there is a black agenda that must be addressed. And because he said it, it will get the attention of the powers that be on the Biden side and cause him to, which we don't know what he's going to do, because on Biden's website, he has a black agenda. Sean King doesn't think that it's enough, which we'll hear that in his response on response to the Kenny Burns show today. But the point is like, at the end of the day, if you tell someone that is not educated in politics that you're standing by holding the other problem, the vote hostage, you're telling people essentially not to vote. Whether you're saying that or not, people who are not educated in politics are getting that. If you look at the comments, that's why I ain't vote last time. Our voice don't matter, and that is irresponsible. And you have to know who your people are, who your followers.
Yep.
It's low-key almost like Donald Trump saying that people should inject themselves with disinfectant and then coming back and saying I was being sarcastic. People should have known that. When you are in the limelight like that, you've got to communicate very clearly and carefully what you're saying, because everybody don't have common sense.
And there are hundreds of people who tried to inject themselves with Clorox,
Exactly,
Lysol.
exactly. So it's like, as far as Diddy's, fans and followings go, there could be a handful of people that are literally processing that as, oh, okay, we're holding our vote hostage, meaning I'm not voting.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily what I took from it, but you have to be extra careful when you are considered a leader, in our community, or, just a big celebrity that has millions of people tuned in a matter of seconds.
Yeah, and it's go ahead, Brian.
There is another comment creeping within the comment creeping.
Uh-oh.
Prince JDC commented, "You got all of our numbers, OG. You could have reached out privately and had the conversation. Still can. As Black kings, we should handle situations like this better than just posting on IG. What does this solve?" You can't. My thing is, before you go, KB, damn, bro, I can't disagree with you, Pop. Like, we had a disagreement. I don't agree with what he said. I'm a grown-ass man. If I feel like I can disagree and I can call him out, us as leaders, we should be able to call each other out, and we handle it.
It is a social media platform. People are being social on this platform.
But wait, what's your thoughts on that? What's your thoughts on that, KB?
I think that, first and foremost, you said it publicly, so I felt I should address it publicly. It was nothing I could do and sit on the sidelines, and I couldn't sit on the sidelines and not say anything. I felt it was irresponsible. People know our relationship. They know if I'm throwing something like that in the mix, it should be thought about or adhered to. The thing about Justin, though, which was done, and I think because of this back and forth, people are now talking about it. It was on every major morning show this morning. Mm-hmm. It is on every blog. And the bottom line is, with Justin, that's my nephew. Mm-hmm. Like, I have a great relationship with him, and I have been a positive reinforcement in his life. The problem I have with that is, Ferrari, that he knows me and my actions because of my love for him, my appreciation for the time I spent doing business with his father because of my actions. Mm-hmm. Had nothing to do with that moment. And I feel bad for him because they dragged the shit out of him in the comments. I feel horrible that he would do that and then catch that kind of flack because in essence, he's defending his pops. But at the same time, the character of your uncle and how many wars I've had with your father. So it's not like we don't do this historically. You know what I'm saying? So
it's historic.
And I didn't go on public record like, you bitch ass nigga. There was no ill intent in my offering. It was, dog, I know you. And see, what people need to realize too is I really know him. When I had the Revolt to Vote campaign at Revolt and it went away and whatever happened, people can look back in history and be like, yo, you've been on the right side this the whole time with him. This is before the last election. What happened the last election? Puff was ghost. Puff did not speak damn near. You know what I'm saying? One way or the other. I don't know if people really realize this. So I'm very connected to him from Vote or Die to my comments yesterday. And it is what it is. Like, there was no malice intent saying, oh, fuck that guy, he ain't did this for culture. No, it was none of that. This statement, though you said today, is irresponsible. And the same with Naomi, a comment creeping within a comment creeping. Naomi jumped in there. They dragged her too. You trying to say etiquette what? Etiquette is coming out with the proper information first. Having the Black agenda on the table first. You didn't have any of that, but that's because he's not on the front line. He's using this as an opportunity, like he always does, for attention.
Would you be open to having him on the Kenny Burns show so y'all can hash this out? Yeah,
absolutely. And it's not even a hash out, to be honest with you.
I like how you looked to the side when you said that, though.
But my son's out there working out.
Okay.
We all at the crib. I would turn the computer around so you can see them dunking. Kyle is dunking like scary. But anyway, so, but yeah, I would love to have a conversation with him. But at the same time, Puff is a Jedi mind trick master. Just like Donald Trump is a Jedi mind trick master. We gotta be aware of what people say, and we have to hold them accountable for what they say. There's nothing detrimental about my actions with leaving a comment. There was nothing poisonous about that. It was only getting to the root of what we have to do. Just like Charlamagne hit me last night, 50-minute conversation with him. Roland Martin hit me last night, 25-minute conversation with him. Angela Rye, like, I get what everybody, because Roland Martin was with it 100,000%, was like it was totally irresponsible. Charlamagne saw the point, but also liked that it sparked, the people to go at Biden and whatever. But I'm like, no, that ain't what it is, cuz. The problem is that the people that follow Puff ain't thinking that much. We like headlines. We don't read the article. We like headlines. We like, that's what we pay attention to. And that was an moment with nothing to define said statement. And that's irresponsible.
Yeah, I think as Black folk, we have to understand that, like, we can have dialogue and not agree with each other 1,000% and not have no beef. I just don't agree, So I definitely feel, Charlamagne and everybody else, because I got the point, but everybody's not going to get the point. Everybody doesn't know how to read between the lines, and you are 100% right. There are millions of people that read the headlines and run with it. They don't do their own research. That's a big problem. But unfortunately, people that are in the spotlight, y'all gotta take, you gotta take that into accountability and hold yourself to a higher standard when delivering these types of messages, knowing that people don't fucking read.
Yeah, and one more thing, Sue. Again, the two major things is you're holding a hostage a vote for a people. You're speaking for people that you have not been speaking for in this particular way. That's irresponsible. Second, you cannot say this is business. We know there has to be a Black agenda. But this is not business. This is life or death for certain people. People go 3 months without paying bills. They might never recover. We go and without question, the bottom line is Trump has to go. Under this presidency, in my mid-40s, I've never seen racism like this. Under this presidency, I've never seen, the rich get richer, where classism will trump racism. No pun intended. Like, this is bigger than you saying something because you in the middle of a fucking conversation with your partner. We have to be accountable for what's going on. And 6 months out before an election, it's just irresponsible to say those things without an agenda attached.
Mm-hmm. Without an agenda attached. Heard.
Thank you, sir.
Well, Baller Nation.
Thank you for clearing that up. KB, if you will, just for old time's sake, leave us what a Confucius says.
Ladies and gentlemen, it ain't about what people say, it's about what people do. We can no longer stand by and just let people just talk the talk. You got to walk the walk. And all the people like Sean King, Angela Rye, Charlamagne the God, Killer Mike, y'all have to continue to do what y'all doing, but you also can't beat down others when they become the only option. Biden is the only option in this two-man race. So whatever you're trying to do for policy on a local, state, and federal level is absolutely amazing. And we will fight with you. But you can't beat somebody up in the press and expect your followers to then go and support those people. So please, y'all, stay focused. The dream is real.
We appreciate
you got to say the dream is real. Come on.
The dream is real.